To test if her boyfriend was Superman, this woman jumped directly into the Niagara River. She thought doing this would force her boyfriend to show his superpowers. However, Clark pretended that he couldn't swim, but seeing Louise being washed further and further away by the flood, Clark decided to take action. When the people around weren't paying attention, his eyes shot a high-temperature light beam, directly knocking a tree trunk into the water. Then, he shouted to signal Louise to grab the tree trunk. Louise quickly swam to the tree trunk. In the end, Louise successfully came ashore, but this did not dispel her doubts. Back at the office, Louise directly climbed onto the windowsill and leaped down from the 100-meter tall building. Having no choice, Clark had to run downstairs at light speed, then blew a breath to slow down Louise's falling speed. Next, he used his high-temperature light beam to open the awning of a fruit shop. Then, he blew another breath, letting Louise land safely on the awning. Immediately after, Clark ran back upstairs at light speed, pretending he had been upstairs the entire time. But Louise still did not give up, because Clark and the Superman in the newspaper looked way too similar. Especially after drawing glasses on Superman, he looked exactly like Clark. So, she decided to do an ultimate test. She tricked Clark into a room, then suddenly pulled out a revolver, and before Clark could even react, Louise directly pulled the trigger. The result was just as she expected. The bullet could not pierce Clark at all. Seeing that his identity was exposed, Clark stopped hiding it and could only confess the truth that he was Superman. Immediately after, he took Louise and soared into the sky, beginning to fly freely at a height of 10,000 meters. Soon, the two arrived at Superman's Fortress of Solitude, and to prove his feelings for Louise, Superman walked to the energy tower and pressed the switch. The energy tower suddenly began to shake violently. The next second, the energy tower exploded on the spot, and Clark subsequently lost his Superman abilities, turning into a true ordinary person. This time, he could finally be an ordinary boyfriend to Louise.